Hi students, how are you? I think you're all fine by the God's grace. So today we are going to discuss heat part 4. Already 3 parts are over. Now heat part 4. I am Shivanarayana, physical science teacher from Krishnarao. So here one quotation is there from our favorite scientist, the first Nobel Prize winner in India in science. Ask the right questions and nature will open the doors to her secrets. When we ask the right questions, then only the nature will open so many secrets from her. That is a statement by C.V. Raman. Right. So, heat part 4. So, these are the outlines we are going to discuss: change of state, evaporation from your textbook activity 8, condensation from textbook activity 9, humidity, dew and fog, and last one is home assignment. So now, change of state. Matter can be classified into 3 states. Already you know that. What is that? Solid, liquid and gas. Solid, liquid and gas. A transition from one of these states to another is called a change of state. Once again, a transition from one of these states to another is called a change of state. Two common changes of states are solid to liquid and liquid to gas and vice versa. Two common changes of states are solid to liquid and liquid to gas and vice versa. Okay? These changes can occur when the exchange of heat takes place between the substance and its surroundings. This is the briefly introduction about change of state. Now we are going to discuss evaporation, that is activity 8. So in this evaporation, different illustrations are there. One of the illustration is, or one of the example is, so here number of figures are there. Are you think what happens to the water when wet clothes dry? Here, wet clothes dry. What happens? When wet clothes dry, we will notice that the water in clothes disappears. Am I right? Yes. When the clothes are exposed to air, the water particles on the surface of clothes keep on escaping from the surface into the air till the entire water in the clothes disappears and the clothes becomes dry. This process is known as, what is that? Evaporation. Very good. Evaporation. And second example is dishes. Dishes. Suppose pour some water in a glass and an equal amount of water in a saucer and put them under the sun. Under the sun, sun, sun rays. Pour some water in a glass and an equal amount of water in a saucer. There are different materials. One is glass and another one is saucer. Glass area is different from saucer. Now we observe that water in the saucer evaporates faster. So we can say that the rate of evaporation depends on the surface area. Area is more in the saucer, area is less in the glass. That's why the water evaporates fastly in the saucer. Okay? Now, another activity. Consider equal amounts of water into two identical saucers. Our saucers are same, but put one of them in open air and another in a closed chamber. Okay, closed chamber. What we observe? We observe that water in the saucer evaporates faster, which is kept in open air, because sun rays are freely fall on the saucer. From this activity, we can say that the rate of evaporation depends on vapor already present in surrounding air. Okay, this is the one of the example. And third one is, so here another example of uh, evaporation is, here in this figure dog is there. What happens? Why dogs pant during hot summer days? During hot summer days. Okay? Dogs pant during hot summer days and get their body cool. This cooling effect is due to what? Evaporation. From this, evaporation is a surface phenomena. Surface phenomena. Since evaporation is a cooling process, human body cools. So here dogs don't have sweat glands. Sweat glands. Their body is covered with hair. They have sweat glands only in their feet. Feet. Very good. So this is the third example for evaporation. Evaporation. Right? Now another example. Pour a few drops of spirit on your palm. Pour a few drops of spirit on your palm. Why does your skin become colder? Because it is nothing but spirit absorbs heat energy from our palm and evaporates. So our palm become colder. This is also effect of evaporation. Okay? So these are the examples of evaporation. So here one boy is there. One boy is there. Okay. Now another example. Why do we sweat while doing work? Here one sweat boy is there. Why do we sweat while doing work? When we do work, we spend our energy mostly in the form of heat energy from the body. As a result, the temperature of the skin becomes higher and the water in the sweat glands starts evaporating. This evaporation cools the body. Okay? Now, so here again evaporation, different illustrations are there, are closed. Change of phase from liquid to gas. The main point in evaporation is it changes from liquid to gas. Liquid to gas. So what is evaporation? Evaporation means when a liquid is exposed to air, the molecules at the surface keep on escaping from the surface till the entire liquid disappears into the air. This process is called evaporation. Evaporation. So finally, the process of escaping of molecules from the surface of a liquid at any temperature is called evaporation. Here escaping of molecules from where to where, from object or from glass to surface. So this is known as evaporation. Evaporation is a surface phenomena and evaporation is a cooling process. Evaporation is a cooling process. It's the change of phase from liquid to gas. Liquid to gas. And finally, the rate of evaporation of a liquid depends on three factors. One is surface area, and second one is temperature, and third one is amount of vapor. Amount of vapor. Okay? Okay. Now, condensation. So another phenomena is condensation. So in our evaporation activity, change of state from liquid to gas. It changes from liquid to gas. In condensation, change of phase from gas to liquid. That is the main point. Gas to liquid. In this evaporation, change of phase from liquid to gas. So this is the point. And now in condensation, change of phase from gas to liquid. So some of the examples are there. Suppose for example, we are trying to understanding about condensation. Place a glass tumbler on the table. Place a glass tumbler on the table. Pour cold water up to half of its height. Half of its height. Try to observe what happens. What happens on the outer surface of the tumbler. Okay? So now I think when the cold water pour in the glass tumbler, after some time or after 1 or 2 minutes, so the outer surface of the tumbler, we see droplets are there. Water droplets are there. Why? Why do water droplets from the form on the outer side of the glass? Because we know that the temperature of surroundings air is higher than the temperature of the cold water. Air contains water molecules in the form of vapor. When the molecules of water in air during their motion strike the surface of the glass tumbler, which is cool, they lose their kinetic energy, which lowers their temperature, and they get converted into droplets. Okay? Droplets. This is the one of the example. See, in these two diagrams, or one glass is there and bottle is there. When the cold water is poured in that, so water droplets are comes out. Water droplets are comes out. Okay? Because of the temperature is of surroundings air higher than the temperature of the cold water. Now another example is there. So here we feel warm after you finish your bath under the shower on a hot day. On a hot day. In the bathroom, the number of vapor molecules per unit volume is greater than the number of vapor molecules per unit volume outside the bathroom. Inside the bathroom and outside the bathroom. What happens? When you try to dry yourself with a towel, the vapor molecules surrounding you condense on your skin, and this condensation makes you feel warm. Okay, that's why condensation is a warming process. Evaporation is a cooling process. Condensation is a warming process. In this point, warming process, condensation is a warming process. In this concept, temperature of water is increases. So what we conclude, what is the definition of condensation? We can conclude that temperature of water in glass increases, so it is a warming process. Condensation is nothing but the phase change from gas to liquid. Gas to liquid. Okay, here reverse process of evaporation. Condensation is also a reverse process of evaporation. So here reverse process means in evaporation liquid changes into gas or vapor. In condensation gas changes into liquid. That's why condensation is a reverse process of evaporation. So here one question is there in our academic book. Does the reverse process of evaporation takes place? Yes. Yes. When and how? When the vapor molecules lose their kinetic energy, which leads to lower the temperature, convert into droplets. Okay, this process is called condensation. That's why the reverse process of evaporation is condensation. Okay, so evaporation is over and condensation is also over. Now the third phenomena according to change of state, humidity. What is humidity? The amount of water vapor present in air is called humidity. Particularly in interseason, we saw this type of humidity. Okay, this type of humidity. The amount of water vapor present in air is called humidity. Particularly, this vapor may come from evaporation of water from the surfaces of rivers, lakes, ponds, and from the drying of wet clothes, sweat, like that. Okay? Humidity we can see where that surfaces of rivers, lakes, ponds, and also drying of wet clothes, sweat, like that. So this is humidity. And next one is, so here next one, last one, that is fog and dew. Simply say, what is fog? The thick mist is called fog. Thick mist. Mist is nothing but cloud. Here there are differences between fog and dew. Please try to understand. Before that, see this figure. So this is on what? Dew. This is on what? Fog. Okay. Now again come to the point. What is fog? Fog is nothing but a thick cloud that appears at or close to the earth's surface. That is the first point. And next one is light wind speeds lead to the formation of fog. Okay, closely related to mist, which is thinner and prevalent in mountains, common in cold climates. Okay, next last point, forms at night and visible mostly in the mornings. When we see the fog, mornings, forms at night, it is formed at night and visible mostly in the morning. This is fog. Okay, next one is dew. What is meant by dew? The amount of water vapor present in air is called humidity. Okay, that is humidity. Okay, what is dew? The water droplets condensed on particular surfaces are known as dew. On particular surfaces, what? Window panes, flower, grass, etc. Okay, so here leaves are there, leaves are there, small droplets are there. Are you observe? Yes. So here, what is dew? A condensation that appears at the earth surface, usually visible on the grass, leaves and metal surfaces. That's enough. Calm winds leads to formation of a dew. Okay, calm winds leads to formation of dew. Next, third point is closely related to the frost, which occurs when dew freezes due to further temperature drops. Also common in cold climates. Okay, next, last one, also forms at night and visible mostly in the mornings. Here this is okay, fog. This is also fog. This is dew. This is dew. Here dew droplets are there in the form of fog. Okay, these are the topics. Once again, please try to understand what we discuss. So here evaporation, one of the part. Evaporation means it change phases from liquid to gas. It is a cooling process. It is the surface phenomena. It depends upon the these three factors. Condensation is it changes from gas to liquid. Evaporation is a cooling process. Condensation is a warming process. In evaporation, temperature of water decreases, but in condensation, temperature of water is increases. That's why reverse process of evaporation is condensation. Next one is humidity. It is nothing but the amount of water vapor present in air is called humidity. So here there is a difference between fog and dew. Okay, now home assignment 4. So there are 8 questions. Please try to understand. Already you know that these questions. So here first question, why dogs pant during hot summer? And second question is, why do we get dew on the surface of a cold soft drink bottle kept in open air? And third question is, what happens the water when wet clothes dry? Next one, equal amounts of water are kept in a cap and in a dish. There is different areas are there. Cap area is different from dish. Which will evaporate faster? I think you can say that answer for this. And fifth question is, what is cooling process? And sixth one is, the sultriness in summer days is due to what? And seventh one is, which of the following is a warming process? Which of the following is a warming process? There is no eighth question, only seventh questions are there. Evaporation, condensation and boiling, all the above. What is your answer? So please try to give the answer. Okay, so please try to understand this concept. So evaporation, condensation, humidity, dew, fog, these are the 5 concepts. And next last session, I think we are going to discuss about boiling, melting, latent heat, freezing and frost. So in next session we will try to close this heat chapter. Until then, please try to understand and write down the main points. Okay, bye.